I'm never sending you to Trash Island, Buzz. You're safe with me.
I've lost all of my pride. I've been to paradise and out the other side.
Isle of Dogs, directed by Wes Anderson, and is the second stop-motion animated feature from Wes Anderson, his first being his 2009 adaptation of Roald Dahl's Fantastic Mr. Fox, and meets Solson. He shall be with us throughout this entire review appropriately. So, Isle of Dogs tells the story set in the futuristic Japanese city of Mekasaki, where a unexpected outbreak of dog flu virus threatens the city. So the president has all canines banished to a junk island, similar to the junk city from WALL-E, and where this boy Akinator ventures to search for his lost dog, and he befriends the dogs on the island, led by Chief, and together they will determine the fate of all canines and Mekasaki itself. As for my brief thoughts on Wes Anderson's first stop-motion feature, Fantastic Mr. Fox, I disagree with the majority. Fantastic Mr. Fox is among my least favourite Roald Dahl adaptations, and among my least favourite Wes Anderson movies overall. There's no denying, admittedly it's ambitiously animated, but story-wise they changed it far too much from the novel, which was a significant problem for me since I absolutely love the novel. On the other hand, this movie's remarkable trailers and high 91 freaking % on Rotten Tomatoes were enough to convince me to willingly check out this movie. And whoa, guys, I didn't just like Isle of Dogs, I absolutely loved it. This is a remarkable animated masterpiece. Wes Anderson, you are getting better at these stop-motion movies. I wasn't a huge fan of Fantastic Mr. Fox, but this is a step in the right direction for you with this medium. I feel like such an idiot for not including this movie on my top 10 most anticipated of 2018. As Isle of Dogs is leagues better than one movie on my top 10 most anticipated list, which I shall get to reviewing later on this year. But as for Isle of Dogs, let's talk about the positives, since Isle of Dogs deserves mammoth praise. This is a rare and ambitious accomplishment in animation. It isn't an animated movie that is catering to younger moviegoers. It doesn't. It's thankfully doesn't contain any farts jokes. It has zero pop cultural references. It isn't setting up a sequel. It isn't a franchise movie. It's just its own standalone animated movie, and it's a mature animated movie. You can if you're grown up, you can just go and see this movie without bringing your kids along. You can just let your kids' grandparents watch them for the night, and you go and see it. And this is a wonderful step forward for animated movies, as it's getting the message to Hollywood that animation doesn't have to be restricted for kids, because there are plenty of grown-up animation fans. It's okay to have an animated movie for mature moviegoers every once in a while, and as a die-hard fan of animation that takes itself more seriously, this movie was indeed for me. And as for the characters, Chief, the black-haired dog, and is the central focus of the dogs, voiced by Bryan Cranston. Bryan Cranston was awesome at voicing Li Shan, Poe's panda father in Kung Fu Panda 3, and he's just as awesome at voicing Chief in Isle of Dogs, as he's getting to grips with voice acting. And Chief is the dog who you are attached to the most emotionally. I won't spoil anything, but you know what I'm talking about once you check out the movie. And as for the other dogs, they aren't as fleshed out as Chief, particularly, but they have such lovable personalities, and just their desire to survive on this barren wasteland, which is a junk island. You're so sympathetic towards these poorer canines who have been stripped of their true home in Mekasasi City, and that's one theme of this movie I greatly admired. The determination to survive, these dogs, they are the most awesomest characters in this movie, but the other dogs, they're just side characters. Don't go in expecting them to get as much focus as Chief. This is Chief's movie. And the kid, Akator, is also worth praising. He shows in this movie that, not all humans look down on dogs, even with the outbreak of the flu. He was really the dog's one hope of making it through this, and he goes on an amazing and thought-provoking journey with these dogs. And but the subplots with the girl and the president and what's going on in Mekasasi City is still incredibly relevant to the overall plot of this movie, as we needed to see the bigger picture. We needed to see what life in Megasaki has become without man's best friend. I also praise the subplots with the girl back in the city for being ballsy and gripping and adult by animation standards. And the final greatest thing I can praise about Isle of Dogs is the magnificent stop motion animation. This is some of the greatest stop motion animation in all the stop motion animated movies I have ever seen, period. And the fur on the dogs was extremely real. You could just feel it. The behind the scenes of Isle of Dogs show that immense care was put into this movie animation wise, and this movie uses as little CGI as possible. Literally, it's like nearly 100% stop motion, which pays off in the final product. See, Hollywood, we don't need too much CGI. The animators even brought real dogs into the studio to study their movements and personalities. Man, that's what I call doing your homework. And as for negatives, I seriously have no negatives with Isle of Dogs. It's perfect. So Isle of Dogs, guys, not only is it a freaking awesome movie, it's the greatest animated movie of 2018, and it's my personal favourite Wes Anderson movie. Please, guys, if you're a fan of mature animated movies or a dog lover, go and see it. I strongly recommend it. So we don't get movies like this often nowadays. This is a rare thing. If you want a break from a generic animated flicks, this is for you. This movie is superior to all the animated flicks we've had this year combined. Incredibles 2, You'd Better Be Incredible. I give Isle of Dogs 5 stars out of 5. Best movie ever. Congrats, Wes Anderson, you did good. I'd love Wes Anderson to make an entire library of claymation classics, just like what Disney did with the art of hand drawn, and Pixar did with CGI. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And what do you think of Isle of Dogs? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and on Google Plus and on Instagram. And I'll see you next time when I review The Avengers, the first one, continuing my journey to Infinity War. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.